everyone, welcome to HC Kids TV. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode.
My name's Kyle.
And I'm Chris. And we want to let you know we are another week closer. It's getting so close. We're so excited about the Backyard Olympics. HC Kids TV, right here on this channel, you'll be able to watch the Backyard Olympics and participate. So we are so thrilled to be able to see you guys, to interact with you, to have toys of food.
What are you doing? Chris?
What?
What was that?
I was just talking, I was in slow motion, so.
What? Were you expecting, like, music to play in the background or something?
There was music, probably, right? Like, because I was...
Oh, I have no idea what's going on. Why are you doing this?
Why are you not in slow motion? Why am I the only one in slow motion? I don't understand what's happening here.
I'm at a loss for words. I'm confused. Do you do this? Does anyone do this? I've never seen. It looks like you're throwing up. Like you smelled some.
I had to burp in slow motion.
Sure, Chris.
You know what though? Coming up next, we have some things that are in slow motion. I'm really excited.
That explains it a little bit. Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah.
Was I not clear about that before?
Let's check this out.
Alright gang, I'm gonna show you some of my best, sickest dance moves. Woo!
That was amazing. It actually explained a little bit of your weirdness.
You mean my awesomeness?
Whatever you say, buddy.
Well, hey, we have a game that I have for you. You're going to see these on the screen. It's real or fake. So you have to determine. I'm going to show you a picture. You have to determine if it's real or if it's fake.
Okay.
You think you can do this?
I think I can.
Okay. The first picture is right there. Oh my goodness.
I'm going to say fake.
You're going to say it's fake?
Yes.
I don't know, man. I think... Incorrect!
Incorrect?
It's real!
It's like if Arnold Schwarzenegger had a dog. The Terminator.
Alright, real or fake? Oh.
It's like cow cat. I'm gonna say real.
Cow cat! You're gonna say real.
I'm gonna say real.
Oh, it's fake!
0 for 2.
That is one massive
That is
cat.
a giant cat.
Oh my goodness. Whoa!
Alright.
Another big animal.
I am gonna say that is real.
What in the world? You are correct! Look at that.
There we go. It's a giant fish. Alright.
Ooh. Wow. Whoa! You see those
I am
waves in the
gonna
back?
say that is fake.
I don't see how it
Looks
can
like
be real.
straight from a movie.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
That's come on, people.
Oh, no. I hope that's fake, but I'm gonna say it's real.
Correct.
Oh,
Gross.
no.
All right, let's do one
Yeah.
more. One more. All right, how about this one? Last one.
For that guy's sake, I hope. I'm gonna say it's fake.
Woo! That's correct. Yeah.
Wow.
Woo!
Talk about a
Goodness.
close encounter right there.
Yeah. Wow. All right.
Well, that was a fun game, Chris. Thanks for looking that up.
Oh, you're welcome. You're so welcome. You did well.
I don't know if I did as well as you did last week.
Yeah. Well,
It was
there's room for improvement for both of us.
Yes. Now Steven's been up to something.
He's always up to something.
Let's go check and see what he's doing.
What's up, HE kids? Chris has sent me a video to react to live for you guys on camera, but I don't think that I'm very expressive when it comes to how I react to things. But I don't know, I haven't seen the video yet, so we'll find out if that's correct. All right, looks like it's called Quarantine Magic Tricks.
Hey, Cuts, how can I help you? Hey, just a little off the top. Oh, I hope your Wi-Fi's a little spotty. I'm losing it. No.
I will say I have seen stuff by this guy before. His stuff is pretty impressive.
Did you know we had it downstairs? You want to go downstairs?
I've done this trick before. Oh, maybe not. Oh, okay. This is very similar to the...
Let's go on your presentation.
That's how I would do it. So I have done something similar to that with Chris. Dude, I've done this before too. God, everyone does that. What are you doing? It's a lot of orange juice.
This hat that I want to show you.
Oh, he's on low battery. Dude, what? It's just a sticker this whole time?
Charger.
Well, if I had known that, I would never charge my phone if I could just peel the sticker off. That's kind of weird. He's got the hands coming through.
No.
I guess it doesn't matter that it was a sticker.
I need friends.
Me too. Yeah, okay, yeah, because it's really just that easy. Yeah, alright. What happened to the first sock? That he can't just move the bed and go get it?
Oh, my sweater, sweet.
That's why I don't wear sweaters. Because stuff like that always happens. Alright, I think that was it. I hope you enjoyed that. I thought some of those were pretty interesting. I laughed a little bit. I reacted a little bit. I don't know what you all were expecting.
Wow. Steven.
Well, hey, we had so much fun playing those games earlier and last week, and so we decided to play even more of them at home this last week. So check out some of these filters and games that we've had some fun with.
Oh gosh, I'm scared. Okay. Drawer eye blink. Drawer eye blink. Drawer eye blink. Drawer eye blink. I have no idea. What is it? Draw a blank. Well, I drew a blank on that one.
Dome Hutch Chin Firmation. Donut information. That's too much. Nah, it's donut. Donut information.
Mirrors Elfrey. Mirrors fleet. Mirrors survived. What? That makes sense.
Okay. Hive check. Hi. Vibe check. That's not. I don't think that's how that works. No! Hive chick. Vibe check. There's a B. No.
First stew hurled prop plums. First stew hurled prop plums. First world problems. Juk ant andel tat Ruth. Ukuleles tell the truth. That's what they do. You can't handle the truth. No. Get out of here with this.
Okay, let's find out my genetic background. Oh goodness. Mole. Ugh.
Okay, which Disney am I? Disney. Which one am I? Ooh, I'm Dory. That makes sense. I can't remember most things. She's a fish. I'm a fish. I'm a fish. Ooh, I'm swimming through the ocean. Oh, this is weird. This is very strange.
Word to flex, bud, okay. Weird flex, but okay. Come on, I got this. This is too easy. Like, I'm too good at this.
Okay, I'm doing this again. Let's see. I'm Polish.
You guys, you'll never guess where I'm at. Oh! I'm in Minecraft. Look. Okay, and then look at her. Oh no! Now I'm in. Is this the ender? No, this is like a cave. Look at that. Look at all that lava. Ah! Baby lava. I found Minecraft, you guys. Ah!
Imperative owl. Imperative owl. Imperative. The imperative owl. The imperative owl. Party owl. Okay, what owl is not a party owl?
All right, boys and girls, now we're going to jump into our Bible story for this week and continuing with our theme of people from the Bible who were training to do these great things. We're looking at this man named Elisha. Now, Elisha, before he was called by this other man named Elijah, I know they sound similar. It gets a little confusing sometimes. But Elijah called Elisha to do some pretty great things. However, we're going to take a look at what happened to prepare Elisha for the moments that Elijah would set him up for. So take a look.
You, how are you doing? I hope you're doing really well this week. We're so excited that you are tuning in. I hope your training for the Backyard Olympics is going very well. I know here things are going real good. Real good. And of course, speaking of training, we are getting ready, yes, for the Backyard Olympics, but we're also spending this entire month talking about getting ready for other things too, because Paul, in the New Testament, wrote about how physical training, backyard Olympic training, is great. But what's even more important, what's better, is spiritual training. Learning about what God would have us do in our heart. Because here's the thing, God cares way more about our heart and who we are on the inside than he does about anything that we do. And so who we are on the inside helps us figure out what we ought to do and what we ought to say. And so that is why we're focusing so much on these people in the Old Testament of the Bible and seeing their training before their big moments. And as you heard, we're talking about Elisha today. You may have heard of Elisha, you may have heard of Elijah, you may have heard of neither of them. But what you need to know is Elijah was an amazing prophet. He was an amazing person of God, a follower of God, and he did really awesome things. God used him to do many miracles, do many great things for a lot of people. Now, when Elijah's time was coming to an end, God had Elijah go find Elisha, and Elisha was going to take over for Elijah. I know, Elisha was, as we learned last week with Joshua, Elisha was working on the now before the next thing would happen. So Joshua was Moses' assistant before he was called into the next thing. Now Elisha was actually, when we find him, working in the fields, doing his chores, doing his work, doing what he was supposed to do, because that was his life. So, and was he thinking about all that was coming up next? I don't know. But he was really focused on the now before the next, just like Joshua does. But the thing that's really cool about Elisha and Elijah coming to get Elisha to go do many amazing things, by the way, it says that after Elijah's gone, Elisha went on to have twice as much power, twice as much responsibility, and God used him to do twice as many miracles as Elijah. So very important things were done through Elisha by God, and that is so cool. So Elisha is a really important person. He did really important things, but before he did any type of leadership, before he did any type of leading anything or doing those things that we hear about, he was working the way he was supposed to, and he was working where he was supposed to, and he was doing a great job at it. But the thing that I want to focus on right now, and I think a lesson that we can learn for all of our training for the Backyard Olympics and our training within our hearts, it's a great habit to get into. Elisha understood the importance of stopping, then starting. Stopping something, completely finishing it, then starting something new. And so Elisha, when Elijah comes to get him, one of the significant things that he does is he goes back and he burns all of his plows. He burns all the equipment that he was using to work in the field because he wasn't going to be using it anymore. Now it sounds kind of crazy, it sounds kind of weird, but it was a way not only to get rid of the equipment that he wasn't going to be using, but it also helped feed people because they used the fire to cook things, and so it was very helpful at that time. But one of the things that it kind of symbolizes is it shows us that Elisha was not going back to that anymore. He was leaving that all behind and he was finishing off what needed to be done. He was completely stopping that. Then he was starting this next part of the journey. Now when it comes to backyard training, when it comes to things inside your house, when it comes to training and doing silly things, you know how important it is to really focus on something, and then when you're done with that, you move on to the next thing. You don't start something before stopping something else. Now, even in the little things, this is why it's such a good habit. What are you told to do in your home when you're playing with some toys, you get them all out, everything's out, and you want to go do something else? Should you just leave them all out and go do the next thing? Or should you finish that off, completely put everything away, put it back where it belongs, and then start the next thing? I know the answer to that, and can I get a hallelujah from the parents? Yes, so much. We know the importance of putting something away, stopping something, and then starting it. And that is what I think is so cool about Elisha's story. One of the very cool things about Elisha's story is he understood the importance of stopping and then starting. And I think it's a great habit. I think it's a great character trait, which means just kind of something about us on the inside that we know it's the right thing to do. I think it's a great habit for us to get into, of learning how to completely stop something before we start something. So when it comes to our training, not just all the things that we do, but in our heart, be thinking about how important it is and how honoring it is to people around us when we truly grab a hold of stopping something before we start the next thing. And I think when it comes to our training, our spiritual training and our physical training, I think this is such a great habit to have. And I'm so thankful we have the story of Elisha in his life to see what he did so that we can learn to stop, then start in our own lives. So I want you to think about that today. I want you to think of ways that you can show that you are finishing something off before you start the next thing. And it might sound silly, and it might sound even just so small, it might not sound like a big training event, but I guarantee you it is something that is so helpful to you right now and later on in your life. Not even just next week, but next year and the year after that. It's so important. So stop, then start, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and week.
Thank you again for joining us for this week's episode of HC Kids TV.
Make sure you subscribe to our channel to keep up with all the things that we have going on and coming up.
And check out everything else that we've got going on here on our YouTube channel.
It's raining outside.
Now Steven's up to something. Let's go check him out. Blech. Steven's been up to something. Let's go give him a
Let's go give him a little check.
little checky check.